push buttons.
Yep. This won't be an awkward intro. This will just be an intro.
I know,
It's
right?
been so long. I just want to get going. I just want to talk to my buddy and
I know.
OT it up.
It's been far too long.
And because I'm in Florida and my allergies aren't as bad, I don't have to cough.
That's so nice. I'm so glad you're in a place where you can breathe.
Thank you. It's been great. So here we go. Welcome, OT-ites, OT people, gamers, friends, family, all the wonderful people on the interwebs and in our personal lives who listen to the show. This is Coach Mo and Dev, and we're back together for PSVG OT. I have no idea what number. It's been so long. I tried looking it up, couldn't find it. It was like, it's a number. We're back. Dude, Dev, how are you?
I am okay. That's the best. That's the best way I can put it. I'm okay. It's just been a lot of life that has happened over the last couple of months.
Yeah.
So I'm okay, which is better than bad. So
yeah, okay is it's. You put a doke at the end of it. It's not too bad, right? That's from one of those shows I watches, Big Bang Theory. Okay, doke. All right, that happened.
How are you doing?
Man, so the 1-bedroom apartment from a 4-bedroom house, really hard to adjust. Okay, I'm gonna say that right now. Like right behind me is the game room. To my right is the living room. One step from there is the kitchen. And one step behind the wall I'm sitting at is the bedroom.
Wow.
I'm so used to being able to get lost in that house. Like having a library where you could sit and read is like one of those things that it's a must have in our next home.
Yeah.
Like having that dedicated space, because like we both miss certain parts about that. And it's tough, but we're adjusting. And I think with all the things that are happening, like this is a really good spot for us. Like, I always subscribe to when working, one of your paychecks should cover your rent or mortgage. That way your spouses and your other one takes care of everything else. Right. Yeah. And so considering the fact that like, we're only paying like $1,200, which is way less than we were paying $1,700 for the house. I know it's $1,200 going nowhere, but it's better than $1,700 going somewhere right now after a move. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, but man, it's been really good. It's just good to be back with you. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, I've almost texted you like probably 15 to 20 times in the last like 2 weeks. Like, hey, how are you? How's everything going? I'm like, no, he has a whole world on his plate. You just moved. Chill, just relax, just be a human being for a while, and it's been good. I've talked about this almost all day with my wife. Like we went to church, or we went to the 6 p.m. Saturday service. Okay. So that I could stay up late if you needed me to tonight.
Oh, that's what's up.
I was like, in case he needs me to, that way I can stay up till like midnight, and then I'll go to church in the morning. Like it'll work out. So instead, we're gonna do Disney tomorrow. So that's nice. Cool.
That's so funny because I was definitely like talking to my wife, like, yeah, let's go ahead, and I want to get this early because the whole time change and everything. So let's try to accommodate everybody. So
the friendship. Now,
and yeah, man, you ain't never got to worry about texting me, man. You want to talk? Just send a text, call, whatever, man. It's all good.
This is why we work so good, Dev. I just was like, you just moved. There's stuff on your plate that I know about, like the behind the baseball stuff that is not for everybody. But I was like, I just appreciate you. So back together again, now, folks. This is PSVG OT. We are a relationship building podcast. We are here to build relationships, and we do that by telling stories. The other way we do it is by being unprepared, so we get super original stuff. So, my dude, have you been prepared in any way, shape, or form for tonight?
No, not at all. What is prepared? What is that?
I don't even Heck, yes. So, today's story is actually going to be one of those you're most afraid you've ever been in an instant. So, this is going to be a smaller story. We have a lot of questions, though. So, let me tell you mine. Now, I had one from high school I was going to tell, but I was like, it's really awkward, so I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do a recent one. So in Texas, you take the garbage out, you put it in your garbage can. Not a big issue, right? In Florida, with the apartment, we take the garbage, you take it into a giant dumpster that everybody else is using.
Yeah.
This leads to wildlife. Now, I have not seen wildlife like raccoons up close, and I want to say my whole life. Like, you know what I mean? I saw a raccoon for the first time taking the garbage out. So I take the garbage out. I open the smelly door to the dumpster. As I open it, homeboy is sitting there eating, I don't know what. Looks at me and gives me this, come at me, bro. And I'm like, no. I closed that door and I just set the garbage by it. I'm not throwing it. I'm not tempting fate. I just walked back and
that is exactly what I would have done.
Scared the crap out of me. I was like, dude, what? What is this? Why are there raccoons in Florida? What is going on? Like, shouldn't you be in the mountains where there's snow? And then, just because they're furry doesn't mean they live in snow. I know that. But man, who?
Wow.
Scared me. So how about you, buddy?
Wow, it's funny. We lived in an apartment where there was actually like a family of raccoons, and one day we came home and there was 3 of them just like sitting outside in the grass right in front of the stairs leading up to our apartment. And that was some creepy stuff. I'm just like, whoa, where y'all come from? And y'all just gonna chill here. And they didn't move either. They were like, you do what you want. So we just kind of slid slowly up the stairs and they just chilled. Like, all right, don't start, none won't be none. I got you.
That's good saying.
However, that was not my scariest moment. I'm just gonna keep it real. I would say my scariest moment was becoming a father for the first time.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying.
It's one of those things where, if you have, lots of like male role models in your life and stuff like that, you can kind of see something to emulate. But if you don't, and in my case, like my father was there, but he wasn't, really around for the times where it would have, been like, okay, this is something to emulate. So just becoming a father for the first time and just not really knowing what to do and just being, fearful of breaking the baby, fearful of not, being able to raise it right or be a good husband and father all at the same time was definitely terrifying when we had our first daughter. We have more than one, our daughter. But it was definitely just one of those things where as soon as it happened, it just clicks. It's hard to explain, but once they're born and you hold them and you see them and you know it sure is. It's love at first sight. And it's just like, it's a love you can't even explain. And then everything else just kind of falls into place. Like there's no instructions, there's no guidebook, no rule book, no nothing, but it's just kind of like instinctual, or you end up knowing what to do. And it just felt right. But it was definitely terrifying. Knowing that, we were both ready to have a child. We actually had a pregnancy scare. And neither one of us cared. Like, if it happens, it happens. And that's how we knew we were ready to have a kid, because up to then, if anybody said anything about kids, we're like, whoa, shut that down real quick.
I don't know what that would be like.
But yeah, I definitely would say that was definitely the scariest and also most joyful time I've ever experienced.
Dang, that's good stuff. Now, I pulled up the questions. I pulled 4 from students. We had 3 from the community. So if you don't have a curveball, I'll jump in.
If I have a curveball, I'll throw whenever I want.
I was hoping to tease that out. Like, I'm up in the count 2-0. I was like, can I just get this thrown now? Speaking of sports, man, Cubs, you have been atrocious the last week. Atrocious. Here's the thing. I spent money to watch you guys because I'm not getting the games here. Like, for some reason in Texas, I was getting Cubs games all the time. It wasn't an issue. And then Brian, oh my goodness, Brian, if you guys follow him on Twitter, please send a message of just disdain to him. He told me about this thing called MLB Pass, where you spend basically it was like $90 and you get all the baseball games for your team. So I've been watching all the Cubs games while I'm watching them suck, which is not, why spend money to watch a team not be good? I could just look at the box score and go, we lost 11-1. Great. way to be, guys. You're super.
Didn't y'all just win a championship not too long ago? Y'all shouldn't be sucking this bad.
2 years ago. Here's the problem. We won the championship with Aroldis Chapman, who is the scariest closer in sports or in baseball. Like that fastball is the equivalent of Ray Lewis in his prime coming at you in the backfield with a running start. It is the equivalent of LeBron James getting a full head of steam from half court with the ball and nobody in front of the basket. He is just an amazing pitcher. Like, that's how good he is. And we had him as our closer, which meant when we put him in the 8th inning, we knew no one was getting on base. Like, we were safe. We didn't bring him back. he went back to New York, I believe.
Mm.
We let some other really promising bullpen guys go. Our pitching, not good. No, it's just not good. And that's the problem is like our bats are asleep because most of our guys are after the All-Star break hitters. That's when Baez gets hot. That's when Contreras gets hot. Like they're July, August, September hitters. When our bats are cold, when your pitching allows 11 runs, 11 runs. That's almost 2 touchdowns, folks. Not good. All right, so yeah. Whew. Sorry, a little tangent. Yeah, get your crap together, guys. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. Now, our first question is from our girl Shy. She sent this. Again, these are a couple weeks old, but she said, "What are you most excited for at E3?" So we're going to change that to what was your best moment from E3? Go ahead, Dev.
Ooh, best moment from E3. You know, and this is it's because I'm a Destiny guy, but man, Cade, that trailer, hit all the right buttons, hit me in the feels, got me pumped up to get back in that world. And it like completely united the Destiny community. Like everybody is like ready to jump back in and go take out Prince Aldrin. Like, all right, let's go. It's go time. Y'all can't just take out my man Cade like that. Like, nah. It's not going down like that. So that was definitely my greatest moment from E3, just because it hit on all the right levels. They're speaking the right language as far as what they're going to be doing for the game. The changes they're putting into it, giving us back the weapon system from D1, or being able to do the weapon system from D2, or being able to rock 3 shotguns if you want to, roll like that. So that was definitely like the height of E3 for me, because that is my game. That's my space. That is my happy place. And they're fixing all kind of stuff, and it just united the community in a way that I didn't see. Like, it's funny. Me and my boy Steve, who I play Destiny with a lot, we always will look at posts, and you'll see something posted from Destiny or from somebody from Bungie, and the first like response tweet is always crap game or expletive game. And after that trailer, we stopped seeing that. Like, was not the first response. It was much more excitatory and hype around it. So that was my excited moment. What about you?
Well, I want to add to that real quick. You told me Kay was dead. Now, here's the thing that I found out, and this was from a student back in Texas who sent me this message. They were like, "Coach, his name is Cade 6, right?" And I go, "Well, yeah." And they go, "What do you think happened to Cade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?" So Cade 7 coming back with Philion, Cade 7. It's going to be a thing.
You need to tell your students that no, Cade 6 is not because he died 5 times. It's because he got rebooted, not death, rebooted, which is something totally different with the Exo. So there will be no Cade 7. I'm sorry.
I'm over here. I'm like grasping at straws. I'm so hopeful. My best moment actually wasn't an announcement. The games were fine. Like, there was nothing announced that I was like, yes, I have to go pre-order that now. There was nothing that got me super hyped. I did get kind of jacked at Madden, but I'm always jacked at Madden. Like, that's who I am. That's my flavor of ice cream. Madden was
good this year.
Oh, Leo was pretty. And so nothing like that. Like, I went head over heels for her, but I got to do like 3 shows in a row, the live stream react, and I got to do it with Donnie and Lobo and other people, and like getting to do that with him like meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
Because like I normally don't get to do that stuff.
Right.
Now, I didn't get to do any of the podcast parts just because like the time difference and me and my wife filling stuff out. So that didn't work, but everything else was really cool. And I really, really enjoyed it. Like, I was super grateful for getting to do the live stream. So that was probably my favorite part, was like feeling like I was doing something. And I wrote, I think, 2 blurbs on PSVG about it. So, I mean, that was kind of cool, like getting to get on my writing chops a little bit. So, our next one.
Super jealous that I couldn't be on any of the podcasts, but I was in some of the live chats, and that was a lot of fun. And that was awesome.
Yep. All right. Our next one, socks with sandals. Okay or not okay?
Ooh, it depends. You know what? If it's flip-flop socks and sweatpants, like Outcast said, we're good. But if you're doing like the thong sandals, or it's some other kind of female sandal and you're rocking a sock, that's not okay. That's not gonna fly. That's tacky.
See, I had a prerequisite as well. If it's socks with slides and you're headed to or from the gym, I'm 100% fine with it.
Yeah.
100% fine with it, because you don't wear your court shoes out in the street.
You don't do that. See, you know what? I'm glad you know that.
Yeah, no, that's just common sense. You don't do that. And so it's just, you take care of your shoes. And so that way you're keeping them clean. If it's socks with sandals and you're just going out, there's an issue. And I don't care what kind of sandal it is. Like, there's an issue. Like, you need to handle your business. Because if I'm going to the beach with socks and sandals, no, that's a problem. Yeah, I just wear the sandals. Like, that's how it is. Right. If you're trying to cover up you have ugly feet, get a pedicure. Take care of yourself. My wife keeps telling me I need to get a pedicure. She's like, you got gross feet. I'm like, you're right. But I don't wear sandals very often in public, so I don't got to worry about it. All right.
Yeah, just don't do it. Just don't do it.
It seems like common sense. Number 3, what TV show coming up are you looking forward to?
Does it count if it came out yesterday?
Then it just means we had the same one. So Luke Cage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got through the first 2 episodes and loved it. Like,
yeah, I just started episode 6, and oh man, it's so good. It's getting good. I'm like, oh man, that means I only got like 4 episodes left. I'm like, I wanted to keep going.
Yep. So Lace flies out on Tuesday. She's going to a seminar for principals, because my wife is a principal, ladies and gentlemen.
That's awesome.
God, that's so cool to say. Principal Mahoney. It's not me, but it's her. Awesome. It just works. It works so good. So she's leaving Tuesday in the morning. And the reason I say this is because I have to not watch it while she's gone. I make no promises.
Yeah, that's tough.
I might be watching it twice. That's all I'm
hey, you know what? It's a great show. Watch it twice. Yep, you pick up some stuff you didn't see the first time, possibly.
Thank you for what you do, Netflix. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I'm gonna skip the next student one, and I'm gonna go over to the 2 we have from our boss man.
Oh,
okay. Let me pull these up. I just want to make sure I got these 2 out right away. So here we go. All right, from Donnie, boss man Don, as he's called on the show. What's been the best moment from your recent move? So your move to the new house, my move to the new state. Go ahead, Dev. Best moment.
The best moment from my recent move is this room. Being able to actually configure this room with the desk and monitor, and being able to actually set up like the boom mic stand and all of that kind of stuff to actually be able to podcast and have a place where I can record video or sit down and play a video game and not have to interfere with if the kids are watching TV or if my wife is watching TV, and then also to have a space where the kids can just come and play or whatnot and not have their toys and everything be all over the living room or whatnot. Just being able to have this little bit of extra space to be able to do some things is definitely my best moment once it finally all came together, and we're just like, oh man, this is great. We've got an extra room that allows everybody to have a little bit of something extra that we didn't have in the previous places. So that has been by far the best moment.
Man, yeah, that sounds awesome. I wish I had an extra room. I'm just saying. Mine was all right. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. So I am what's called a music hoarder. When I find something I like, I listen to it religiously, over and over and over again. And so we actually, before we left, we took my worship pastor. He went to play with his wife, and we babysat his daughter, and we had a really good time. We went to McDonald's, even though I won't eat McDonald's. I'm just not a fan. And so she had a McDonald's, and my wife and I, we just kind of sat there and chilled with her. And we got in the car, and I said, "Is there anything you want to listen to?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, I like Moana." So I bought the Moana CD, just put it on my phone. It was good to go. So we're playing as we're driving around. I think we went bowling or something. The next day, when you plug your phone in and the CD or whatever you listened to the day before pops back up.
Yep.
So it popped back up. And man, that is a catchy album.
Yes, it is.
It is a catchy album. And so for about a week, I listened to it every ride to work and every ride from work. So we're talking about an hour a day. I was listening to the Moana soundtrack. And so when we left Texas at 5 a.m., Sunday, the 2nd or 3rd, whatever it was of June, I've got my boys with me, LaRon and Jay in the car. And Yeah, I'm listening to Moana. And it started off with them roasting and making fun of me. And I'm like, listen, give this album a full listen before you say anything. We listened to that album at least 4 times on the drive to Florida. Like straight through. No one arguing because dude, it's just a good CD.
It's so good.
And
so
it
good.
led to LeRon buying the movie and watching with his wife. And then it led to, Jay picking it up. And it's just one of those things like I don't watch a lot of cartoons, but when I do, like, it's normally because it's so good, like it transcends the whole cartoon label. That's one of those movies I really enjoy the movie. And so it led to this like thing where we're constantly sending each other memes with just Moana stuff and messing each other. And my wife really wants to go to the beach. And so I'm thinking, like, when we do go, I'm gonna have to like put my feet in the water and do something stupid and send it to those guys. And it's just, I think that's the thing I'm gonna remember the most is just the goofing off in the car and telling jokes and listening to music that, like, again, we're very large adult men. We probably should be like jamming out to Moana, but it just happened and it became like the trip ballad is what I'll say. So
it reminds me of the firefighters that were singing the Let It Go to the little girl who was stuck in the elevator.
Yeah.
I mean, Disney they have a way of just having good music that everybody will sing. Because man, the Moana soundtrack gets a heavy rotation in my car with my kids. No. So does the Frozen soundtrack. Like and I will be sitting there singing the top of my lungs right along with them. No shame.
Yep, no. I'm standing at the edge of the water. I'm just saying, like, it's
oh, there's your meme right there.
Yep, there we go. Oh goodness. All right. Kevin sent one too. So to go totally random, what's your best fashion tip? Is it for Kevin or just in general? I think we should do both.
Yeah.
A general one and a Kevin one. I'll go first on the general one. Never dress up. Always be comfortable is my fashion tip. I think that too often we worry about what clothes do. And I don't know if you guys know this, but this dude named Jesus, he wore basically like a rug around. Like that was his outfit. And dude was pretty cool. I mean, he had a religion and books and things written about him and had disciples and stuff. And dude was wearing a sheet. So I'm just saying, like, be comfortable, be who you are. If you're a good person, no one's going to care about the rest. And if they do, don't hang out with those people.
Yep.
That's fine. So your general one?
My general one is color coordinate. Never be afraid to make sure you match. Like, there's nothing wrong with having, if you're going to be wearing an orange shirt, make sure you got some orange in your shoes or something. There's nothing wrong with that. Color coordinate. Don't be afraid to wear colors you wouldn't normally wear. You never know.
Respect.
You never know. And yeah, definitely I go with the comfortable thing because if I can live in basketball shorts and a t-shirt, I definitely will.
I do actually. That's my work outfit. It's great. And for Kevin fashion tips, I'm gonna say, Kevin, don't wear socks with sandals. Yeah, I feel like Kevin does that. I feel like that's a constant thing with Kevin as I see him going out to his beach house with the socks up to the shin.
Oh my God, it was the same thing, like a little old grandpa with the high socks with the brown sandals.
And he's like, I wear them to protect myself from the sun because I burn easily. No one cares about your shin burning. No one's ever worried about a shin burn. That's not a thing.
Yeah, man. If you're gonna wear sandals, Kev, just go all out. Stop playing. You don't need them grandpa socks. Stop it. You're not that old, Kevin. I mean, you old, but not that old.
You're old, but not that old. Dev, your Kevin advice?
That is my Kevin advice. I mean, I was gonna say the same thing. Okay. I was gonna say literally the exact same thing. And also, Kevin, it's okay to not always wear a hat. It's okay. You don't have to always wear a hat. Hats are cool, but not all the time. Take it off.
That's the thing. Yeah, hats. Now, our next one, I think it was directed at me, but I'm gonna word this so that it works for both of us. Why still no love for the Switch? Now, you're supposed to get a Switch. I keep telling you to, the hold off on it until like 2027. Okay. I think 2027 is the perfect time to buy a Switch. I think it's going to be really, really in a good price range, less than $3.
Yeah,
at that
right.
point in time.
It's Nintendo. Those things never lose value. It'll still be full price in 2027.
Oh, you ain't wrong. I was looking at a 3DS XL the other day because mine has a small crack on it, and I was like, "Y'all still $125? Like, really?
Yeah, man.
Y'all play too much."
They do play too much.
Yeah, it is what it is. Now, that noise you're in the background, that's not static. That is my beautiful wife pouring cereal. Because literally the kitchen is right there.
Right
there. It's
that is awesome.
Guys, see my hand? I'm literally touching the kitchen right now.
But the question is, what kind of cereal is it?
If it's mine, which I really hope she didn't do, because I would be really upset. I got these the Cinnamon Toast Crunch squares. They're not the slide ones, delicious. But they have a peanut butter one now.
Excuse me?
And they have a peanut butter one.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's good stuff. We have the other one that's hers. So if she walks by here in a minute, I'm gonna do a little peek, and if I see a little chocolate dusting on this, I'm gonna know that my wife is stealing my cereal in the middle of this podcast. And I'm not saying I'm gonna be upset about it, but I'm saying as a large fat guy, I'm gonna think about it. Hey Lace, let me see what's in your bowl. Oh, you got the little oatmeal ones? Those aren't mine, but I'll have one. Thank you. I love you. You almost opened mine. You're the best. That is good. Yeah, I'm eating cereal mid-show. I don't have a problem with it.
It's the we do what we want.
God, those are good. I don't know what I'm doing after this. I know exactly where I'm going.
I hear that.
Favorite cereal right now, Dev? What do you got?
Ooh, favorite cereal? Ugh. You ever had crackling oat bran? It sounds ridiculous, but it is so good.
The one I always liked was the raisin oat bran, where the raisins are covered in like that.
The little, like the oat clusters?
Yes.
Yeah, those are good. Oh, man. I think that's called Raisin Bran Crunch.
Something like that. It's delicious, whatever it is. Give me raisins coated and stuff. I'll probably eat them. That sounds good. I'm still a Cocoa Pebbles guy.
Oh, man.
And the only reason is because when we buy Cocoa Pebbles, I know I'm getting Cocoa Pebble Rice Krispie treats, which my wife makes. Dude, I'm telling you.
Heavenly.
There's a reason I was able to maintain weight in college so easily. It's because my wife has some tricks up her sleeve, man. I ate so well. That's all I'm gonna say. She knew her stuff.
That's what's up. So as you can see, we totally didn't give the Switch any love because we're talking about cereal because we don't have love for the Switch.
Okay. Okay. The problem isn't that I hate the Switch. I don't. The problem is the features I want in a system, the Switch didn't give me. And now that I find out that I can actually have it through another platform, it makes me more mad they didn't do it. Like, I unlocked almost 175, almost 200 achievements through playing Minecraft on my Switch. Why don't they have an achievement system?
That's ridiculous.
Why didn't they build and some people go, achievements are stupid. They're not part of gaming. The reason I like achievements is because they keep people honest. What drives me bonkers is when I have somebody be like, well, I beat Zelda in 12 hours and did this, this, and this. Oh, I have that. The one-up story, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If it's Nintendo, you can't prove they didn't do it.
Right.
You tell me, oh, yeah, I beat Far Cry 5 in 7 hours. I go look at your account, and you're missing 700 achievements, and you've only played for 2 hours. I'm like, you were a liar, and you remember that. Yes, lies. I couldn't think of anything that I would say that would be mean. I was like, bah. But, like, I always hated that when people would be telling me, like, oh, well, I beat that. No, I beat this. And I'm like, did you, though? Like, did you? Like, it drives me nuts. Because as someone who plays a lot of games and beats them, I like having achievements to prove to you, yes, look, I got the 1,000. Look, I got 900 out of the 1,000. I got this. Hey, on this one, I beat it, but I only got 500 because I missed a bunch of stuff. But I can show you the time I put into it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that drives me nuts about this thing. If there was a way for me to, one, be competitive, but two, to keep people honest, I probably would be more into the ecosystem. Because then I can be like, yes, I totally did beat Mario and got this, this, and this. Right. Oh, you got Mario, but you only got this. So I beat you through this. You know what I mean? I like that. Yeah. And so that's one of the things that just drives me nuts. How about you, bud? Is there anything?
Yeah, for me, I'm not a portable guy. That's a huge part of it. So for me, it would be purchasing another console. And there aren't games on Nintendo's system that I really have any interest in playing outside of Zelda. Like there just hasn't been anything else that's caught my eye. I'm like, oh man, I really want to play that. Whereas on, PlayStation and Xbox, they have the games I want to play. And anything that gets ported, like if it's a game that's already on PlayStation or Xbox, why would I want to play it on Switch? Like I'm not going to play it portably, and I have a better experience for me on the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro. So it doesn't really, there's just nothing that really, really, really entices me to play on the Switch. So it's not that I don't have any love for it. It's just that they don't make games for me, is what it boils down to.
And I will say my disdain for the Switch has come down a lot. Like the first year, I will honestly say I was a Switch hater. Like I really disliked the system. I was upset. I felt like the fans were basically giving it a giant pass. Mm-hmm. Like I felt like, well, it came out with Breath of the Wild and Mario and this, and these are the most amazing games ever. And I'm like, have you played Horizons? Have you played this and this and this? And I literally, like, now that I'm on a PC, dude, I'm constantly shaking my head at my PS4 and my Xbox One. I'm like, shame you.
PC Master Race.
You thought that I downloaded a game called Rust. I've never played Rust. I didn't know what Rust was. I played, like, I want to say it was like an hour. And I was like, wow, this blows. What was the dinosaur one that we had on Xbox Arc. And PS4?
Arc.
This blows Arc out the water.
You know Arc is on PC too, right?
Is it really?
Arc started on PC.
I might have to jump in and try it that way because it blows it out of the water. That makes me now, if Elder Scrolls Online, which is horrendous looking on the Xbox One X, if that's on PC, I might jump in that one. Because my problem is the game doesn't look good on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
It looks like Morrowind from the Xbox. Yeah. Like it's not pretty. And so, like, I think that was my issue, though, with that first year was I was like, no, like, you're not giving me anything as a gamer. I've learned now these experiences are tailored for different people's enjoyment. I am a sports guy and a first-person shooter guy. So the Switch doesn't offer a lot for me right now. And until it does, it's going to be tough. Now, I will say the crossplay stuff has me stinking excited because if I get crossplay on FIFA, oh my goodness. Yes. Yes. I can go to work on my prep period or my lunch, get a couple matches in on MUT, come home, it downloads right to my Xbox. Oh, sign me up for that world. Sign me up for that
coming
world.
To the Switch?
Yeah, FIFA was on the Switch last year. It's watered down. Like it is. I will say, like, I would put it on the same plane as like FIFA 14, FIFA 15. Like it's 4 years behind, but it's still FIFA. It's better than the other games they had on it soccer wise.
I gotta wonder why they would bring FIFA but not Madden.
See, I tried to argue this with Kevin, and I was like, I think it was sales. Like I think if FIFA had sold more, Madden wouldn't be out there. And he was like, oh, I don't think so. And he had like for all these logical reasons why. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. That's all I could say. But if I can do that, sign me up for that world. Like I'm down for that ecosystem because then my Switch becomes my Xbox portable unit. I'm okay with that world.
Yeah.
I'm okay with if 2K, imagine if 2K talked. Oh my goodness. Oh my! I would never buy another basketball game. Like I love live, but I would be being able to play 2K at work, come home, my stuff uploads. I'm on my way to 99 for the My Player. Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
I don't know.
See, there you go. That's where the Switch seems to give you some love. Put the sports games on there. For me, I don't know what it'll take. I mean, Zelda. I'll play that. Metroid, if they actually come with the traditional Metroid at some point, I'll play that. But when I'm out and about, I just don't pick up my portables. Like I had a PSP, I had a Vita for a while. I had even my Game Boy Advance. I never even went past the Game Boy Advance because I just didn't pick up the portables. Like I'd be out on vacation, I'd take them with me because I'm thinking I'm going to play, but I'm always finding something else to do where I'm like, I don't want to pick it up. So just portables for me just never really clicked. Even when I'm at work on my lunch break, like there's just other stuff I do rather than play a video game. Like I can log into I have the remote play on my PC. I can log into my PC and play PlayStation on my lunch break, but I just don't. So the portable aspect of it just doesn't appeal to me in that way, and they just don't have any other games that really float my boat. Like I've played Mario. Like there's just I've been playing Mario since '85. I don't really have a desire to play any more Mario.
Yeah. Best PSP game you ever played? Just that this is a coach's curveball.
Oh, Lumines.
Okay. Mine is Def Jam 5 for New York. It's the only reason I bought a PSP.
Love that Def Jam
it's
game.
the only reason I bought a PSP was to play more of that game. I'm just telling you. The moment you said PSP, I was like, Def Jam. I can't believe they went. Like, how do you ruin such a fun game with the crap fiesta they made of the last two? Like, you went from having this gritty story, these awesome cameos with rappers playing fighters, and just a really unique world. And I mean, I loved how you could evolve your player and grow your stats and stuff. And then you turn it into a music game where you're, whoever did that messed up bad. Like somebody's regretting their decisions.
The only thing I can think of is they were trying to capitalize on the whole rock band.
Which
era.
That would have been the time. That would have been when Rock Band and stuff was huge. But dude, you had a great fighting game. Like a great fighting game. Just keep rolling with it. Could you imagine WWE Def Jam?
Oh man.
Like if they would have gone all in, like, oh man, that would have been so great.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, right.
Especially in that era, just because of all the different rappers and man, that would have been fun.
Goodness. I still remember knocking out Redman and being like, I'm so sorry, I love your album.
I'm sorry, Reggie Noble, I did it. I knocked you out, my bad.
Like I remember that forever. Like that's one of those things where like I remember playing that game and every time I had to fight him, I was like, you're one of the ones I like. I wish we were on the same squad, man. This sucks. I'm gonna have to break your face in though. I really apologize. Like I love your record though. Oh man. Oh goodness. All right. So our last one comes from a friend of the show, a recent travel companion, my boy Jonte, and he asks, what album, not Moana, is your go-to on a bad day?
Ooh. Go ahead. On a bad day. I'm gonna get so much flack for this. Justin Bieber's last album, Purpose, is really good. And on my bad days, I definitely will play that album. It is so good. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah. Yeah. That album just goes hard out loud.
I don't know if I've ever listened to a Justin Bieber album. So I don't know what to say right now.
The funny thing is, I had never listened to anything Bieber until this last album. I forgot what song it was on the radio. And when I found, I was like, that's Bieber? Like, what? That's Bieber singing that for real? So then I went ahead and listened to the album on Spotify. I was like, oh my God, this album is great. Like the production value, like the beats, just everything was really good. I was blown away. Like, I cannot believe this is a Bieber album, and I actually really, really like it. Yeah. So,
hey, respect. Respect. I want to say Tupac, All Eyes on Me. I want to say that because normally that's the one that, like, if I'm having a really bad day, there's some tracks on there that just tie me in emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm gonna go a different route, and I'm gonna use one that's been more recent, and it was just because like I had a really weird day. I want to say 2 or 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm driving home from work and I just got a phone call with some bad news and it kind of freaked me out. And I'm listening to this Christian rap station here in Orlando, 95.9, if you guys are ever around. And NF comes on. Now, NF is a decent rapper. I want to say syllably, he's one of the top 10 guys out right now. I think his syllable structure and the way he breaks down words is Eminem-esque. Not on the same level. Again, M is considered the greatest by everybody when it comes to the way he breaks down words. I want to say this guy is up there. His beats aren't always that good. His hooks are not that good. His hooks are fine. I say like a 7 out of 10. But his word structure and the way he attacks sentences and rhymes is incredible. His last album, I think it's called Perception, is the one that I probably listened to the most. And it was literally like after I listened to that song and I was having the bad moment, I threw that album off my phone and was like, oh man, just made made the 25-minute drive home much easier, like having that in the background. And so it's one of those things, like, I understand, like, Christian hip hop's not for everybody. He's not a super preachy guy. Like, he's not a throwing God in your face guy. He's a throwing experiences out and sharing the experiences. And I think that's a much better way of doing it. And the reason I've been getting into it is because, like, I get really tired of what do you call it? Mumble rapping, which has been all over, like, the pop stations and the hip hop stations. I'm like, guys, I can't stand it. Like, I wouldn't have a problem if I felt I could see the art they're trying to portray, but all they're doing is coming up with 2 lines and throwing them out there over and over and over again. And I'm not, it's not powerful to me. Again, I'm old, so maybe I just don't get it. But at the same time, like, when I hear a guy like NF who throws this out and goes ham on one, when I hear Common, oh man, I can't wait for another Common album. I hope that comes soon.
Real talk.
You know what I mean? When you hear these rappers who have that skill, J. Cole is a special guy. Lyrically, J. Cole's on another level in the world he's in right now. And those guys know what they're doing. The mumble rappers, I'm sorry, you said 4 sentences in that whole song, and that you had a 1-syllable rhyme. It's not for me.
Rap is in such a weird place. Such a weird place right now. I can't stand it. I'm stuck in the 90s when it comes to rap. Like, I don't go past like 2005 at this point. I just can't do it.
Again, to each their own, and I respect you for that. So our last one, what did you think about the finals? And this is from one of my basketball players who, when I told him this, he told me I was an idiot. See, I'll tell you, I said Golden State was going to win the first 2 at home. If Iggy comes back, they sweep. And he's like, there's no way. LeBron's not going to let him sleep. I'm like, if Iggy comes back, Cavs get swept in 4. And so he sent this to me. This one I got like 2-3 days ago, and he was like, oh, man, you guys going to do OT this week? And I was like, oh, wait, no, maybe it was last week when he sent this one to me. And I was like, I'm not sure. He's like, can you use this one? I was like, yeah, I'll use it. The reason I said this has nothing to do with LeBron James. I think LeBron is the greatest basketball player of all time. I think LeBron's better than Jordan. Okay. The reason, I get a lot of flack for this, but the reason I say this is, look at the teams LeBron has carried. Okay. Look at the way he's had to do it. Jordan always had Pippen. Like, there was never a championship where Jordan didn't have Pippen. Pippen is considered one of the best basketball players of all time as well, in the top 25 at least. So you're telling me with 2 guys in the top 25, name another top 100 guy that LeBron's played with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I get a lot of flack for this. I get a lot of flack for the fact that I think LeBron's as good as I think he is. I think LeBron's a special player. I think he's one of the best of all time. And if we want to say he's on the same levels of Jordan, fine. I'll say that too. But I think LeBron's special. So the reason I said they would get swept is because what Iguodala does as the glue defensively for Golden State cannot be matched by Cleveland. When you have Iggy out there, he can stick with LeBron well enough to force LeBron to miss a couple shots because he's a lengthy, fast, hardworking defensive guy who's smart.
Yep.
Now LeBron has to rely on the other 4 guys in the court. And I'm sorry, those other 4 guys are not going to do anything. And so when I said if Iggy comes back for the 2 games in Cleveland, it's a sweep. My kids, no way, coach, no way. LeBron's one of the best. I'm like, LeBron, I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying right now, LeBron is by himself because Kevin Love needs to be in a system where he can just run after rebounds, take putbacks up. That's where he was at his best in Minnesota. He is not a focal point guy. He's not a catch and shoot guy. He can catch and shoot, but that's not where he's at his best. He's at his best when he just gets to run around like crazy, grab rebounds, and put them up. Now you're making him run.
Or at least get the ball in the post, like actually in the post, which he does not get with LeBron.
Nope, because LeBron's driving. He's like, LeBron wants you out the way.
Yep.
So, what did you think? What did you think about that?
So, I didn't think they were going to get swept until game 1. When they dropped game 1, the way they dropped it, I was like, this is going to be ugly. it's just sad to watch because when you have to consistently throughout the playoffs score 40 to 50 points in order for your team to win, like there's no reason why that Boston series should have gone 7. There's no reason why the Indiana series should have gone 7. But like his supporting cast, and I don't even think it's so much a supporting cast. I think it's the coaching, to be perfectly honest. Like their offense is the most like frustrating thing to watch ever because there's no movement, there's no set plays for anybody else really other than LeBron. And it's LeBron basically telling everybody, all right, get out the way, let me go ahead and do something. Instead of them running sets, starting to get, Kevin Love the ball in the post or being able to run plays for him to actually get off or running plays for Tristan Thompson. Like their offense is just so terrible that they cannot get into any kind of rhythm to actually establish any other players to be able to score consistently other than LeBron. And there's just no way you're going to beat Golden State that way. It's impossible because even if Steph and Clay are off, KD never is. KD is never off. Like legitimately killed them this year and killed them last year. He's never off. So there's just no way. If he's on and then Steph and Clay actually do anything, and then Lord forbid Draymond actually plays offense as well, then you're just not beating them. Not with that Cleveland squad. It's impossible. And don't forget the bench mob. Because Iggy can go off for 20, but he doesn't have to. There was just no hope for Cleveland in my mind. And the way they play. Their offense is terrible. LeBron needs to go somewhere where he actually gets a coach that knows X's and O's and actually runs some kind of offense for him.
He needs to go see Pop, and I'm just saying, like that's the world he needs to be in. Now, I will say, I don't think there's anybody's going to be touching Golden State for 2 more years. And the reason I say this, Steve Kerr is really good at talking to people, and I guarantee you, next year they're going to get another bench warmer who's a stud.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I was talking to one of my kids here in Freedom at my new school. And they were like, well, what do you think Golden State's going to do this year? I'm like, I guarantee you Golden State's going to sign another veteran who's a stud who could go somewhere else on a 4 or 5 year deal, make $40-50 million. But he's going to go sign a 1-year deal, veteran minimum to go play for Golden State. Because that's what they did with Swaggy. They got Swaggy. And guess what? He was like, oh, I only need to play 10 minutes a game and go make shots and do this, and this. Cool. I want a ring. Let's do it.
Swag champ now.
Yeah.
I cannot stand Nick Young. I'm sorry. I can't stand
No, listen, here's the thing.
He drives me nuts.
He's got a ring now.
He does.
And it's because he was like, yeah, I'll take a 1-year veteran minimum. Let's do this.
Yeah, man. It's funny because they were saying like KD, the reason why he ended up signing with Golden State is because they came to him and it felt like family. Like a bunch of dudes that just feel like family and are having fun playing basketball. And for him to go from somewhere like OKC, where I guarantee it wasn't that kind of atmosphere, it wasn't the fun type of family basketball, and you guys are winning, I don't blame him. I would go to that too. To be able to play with a bunch of dudes that are your buds and just be dominant.
Mm-hmm. See, I don't think Russ is ever going to be in an atmosphere like that. I think Russ, I think he's the most like Jordan out of everybody.
Oh yeah,
he just wants to win. I guarantee you, Russ is in the gym right now working out. It's 11 o'clock at night. He is in there working out, drenched in sweat because he wants to be the best, but he doesn't understand how to do that with other people.
Nope.
Like, he doesn't get it.
He's Jordan pre-Pippen, basically.
Yep.
Like just able to dominate and do it all, but has not understood the idea of the team concept and being able to get everybody else involved. I feel the same way, exact same way about Russ. He's the most like MJ, like when it comes to like that drive, that killer instinct, that I'm going to destroy you type attitude that only Kobe and Jordan have ever really had. Russ is the only one who I see that actually has that, like, you are the enemy, I'm going to murder you type vibe. Screw all the buddy stuff. You're going down.
Oh, man. All right. Now, we're getting to the end of the show. This is where we do our Game of the Year talk. And so, Dev, currently, at this moment in time, what is your Game of the Year 2018?
So, currently, my Game of the Year of 2018 is Far Cry 5. There is just something special about that game. It is just a lot of fun. The story is fun. The gameplay is fun. There's just so much just crazy zaniness that you can do, but it's also grounded enough to where this could happen, you know? So it's just a lot of fun. I really enjoy the gunplay. I enjoy being able to be stealth. I enjoy being able to go guns loud. I enjoy the fact that it's open world and there's a bunch of side stuff that I can actually do if I don't want to just do main missions, or you can just mainline it and get to the end. It's really polished. I love that any bugs that come up, they're constantly like patching, and the fact that they have just the season pass, it has just a buttload of content coming. Still, I think is great. So yeah, that is definitely my game of the year right now.
Man, my game of the year would have been something completely different had the universe not looked out for me this week. Now, Friday, Madden 19 was giving out demo codes for the beta. They were doing it on Twitter, and so I had messaged a couple. I was like, I wasn't being negative. I was like, oh man, sorry I missed it. Maybe next time. Oh man, sorry I missed it. Maybe next time. One of the producers sent me a DM and sent me a code and was like, hey, you can't stream it. Can't do this. This is just for us to get info. Looks like you're a pretty big Madden fan. And I was like, you have no idea the Madden fan that I am. So I got to play Madden 19.
Nice.
Madden 19 is my game of the year. Madden 19 does everything I need a Madden to do. Madden 19 is so good, it made me uninstall Madden 18 because I can't go backwards right now.
So you're telling me they fixed the zones?
Yeah. Dude, it's clean. Now, I didn't see cover 7, but what I saw to cover 4 showed me that my safety understands that if no one's there, don't just fly backwards and guard nobody. Go to the guy who's running that post route. And he did. And he sat, and I got pick after pick. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. This is the defense that I need because I'm a defensive guy. I could care less about offense. All right. Literally, in the past, in my Madden leagues with other people, I have let the computer play the offensive plays.
Oh my goodness.
Because I could care less.
Are just like my homeboy Mike, who I'm going to force to listen to this episode because he is the same way. Like, I make fun of him because his offense is run left, run right, tight end seam, and then like a sweep left. That is his offense, and he's just like you. He's just defense.
I just want to play defense, and I love spending money and bolstering my defense. I love making trades to go get that young corner that I absolutely need. My favorite is in the draft. If I miss a guy that I'm like, I don't think he's gonna be that good, and then he turns out to be a stud, do I turn around? I send all my picks over for that guy. I love defense. It's my favorite part of the game, and to see these fixes just gets me so hyped. Like, it gets me so excited.
You have no idea how excited you just made one of my best friends, because hearing that, he's gonna love it because he is a Madden dude, and he stopped playing last year because he could not run cover 2 because they wouldn't cover the flats and stuff like that. He's like, I can't do this. I can't play anymore.
And that's the thing. Like, so when we talk about that, just for the people who aren't Madden fans, so cover 2 can be a cover 2 man under, so where you got 2 safeties covering each half, and then your corners are playing man. But there's also one called a soft cover 2, where your corners have the flats. Their job is to jam the receiver, force him either inside or outside, depending on where your linebackers are rolling. And they cover that flat route. That's to stop your bubble. That's to stop your running back stuff. It's a really fun defense to have. And last year's Madden had a really hard time with the corners actually sitting. The corners wouldn't sit. They would float. And when they floated, running backs, especially the shifty ones, if you get Zeke out there one-on-one, almost every corner in the game is missing that tackle. There aren't any quarters who are making that tackle one-on-one. It's just the way it is. And so, yeah, I'm loving what I got to play. Now, the sad part is I only have one more day. I have tomorrow. So when we're done here, I'm going to get 2 or 3 more hours in. Tomorrow, going to Disney with the wife, of course, so I can't play much tomorrow. But I'm going to get some more time in, and it's my game of the year, Madden 19. Game of the year.
Man, I'm so jealous. I was trying to get codes myself.
I just got lucky. It was one of those things where I think it was the continual goodness that led to me lucky. It was just oh man, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks I missed it. Oh man, yeah, it sucks I missed it. And I think one of the people that follows me on Twitter even was like, oh, he's such a huge Madden fan. I think that helps. I think that helps steer me in. But I got lucky. I'm very, very grateful that I got the opportunity. Now we're at the end of the show. I'm sitting here. I got my weight on my back foot. Is there anything you need to say?
No, we're good.
All right, good. All right. So no curveballs.
So I
So
like to just keep you on your toes.
I was ready. I was loaded up. I was ready. I was ready to go. Now, anything you want to share? Anything you're working on?
Nothing that I'm working on. Just trying to get everything together so I can like really dive back into the game, because I literally haven't played anything for like a couple weeks. Like I have not had the time to play games. Have not had the time to really do much other than like watch the news feed and chat in our Discord chat. And while I'm at work, that's really about it. So just trying to get everything in order to where I can actually dive back in and be a more productive member of PSVG and actually get some stuff on the blog, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to write about. Just haven't had the time. So,
hey, you're very loved, and my prayers are always going for you. That's again, there was an opportunity for me to do this without you a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I'm good. I'll wait. I'm like, I'm all right. When my dude's back, I'm back. I'm retired till he's here. Now, I wrote a piece about Mr. Dan Anthony, one of the
my god, that was hilarious. That was
right?
so awesome.
So we were playing State of Decay 2, which would have been my game of the year had it not been for Madden 19. I'm just saying that right now. I've had so much fun playing it. And he made some offhanded comment that he's retiring from Madden. Now, most normal human beings would, walk away from that and to go, oh, he's not playing Madden this year, whatever. Not me. Not me. If you go to our blog, you can read. I wrote an article as a fake news reporter about our Madden League, our online Madden League, and him retiring and all these things. I think it's hilarious. I think it's done in fun, and I hope you give it a read. I will say the best part was him texting me and just saying, like, I feel honored to have somebody write something like that and with that kind of research and that kind of love. Thank you so much. And I was like, dude, you're one of my favorite people on the planet. Like, I love you for who you are. I'm glad we've gotten to Madden as much as we have and the things we've played together. So please read it. Please reach out and let him know that you read it and that you thought it was hilarious and that maybe it's time for him not to retire. Maybe Mr. Dan Johnson needs to come back for one more season.
I think he does. I think he needs to come back for a few more seasons. I
hope so.
It's not time. It's not time to give it up yet.
Yep. The best part was I had someone who I didn't even know who they were send me a message about it and was like, you guys played till 2027? And I was dying. I was like, yeah.
I have a friend who played the last college game so many years that they forced him into retirement in the game.
I think it was a 50-year cap on that one, so that might be right. Like, no, listen, even if you were 20, you're 70 years old now. Like, you're done. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, with that, it's me and Dev saying goodbye. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We were very random today, but this is OT. We're just building relationships with you guys. We're talking. We're showing some love. I've only got about 16 to 15 questions left from my old students. We're going to use those up, but we're going to need you guys to help throw some more in, because here's the thing. I want those to last at least until August, because that's when I start teaching again. And that's when I get new students to bring into the PSVG OT fold. So help us out. Send us those questions. You can message Dev at DevAtias. You can message me at the Coach Hulk, or you can message them at PSVG. Just make sure you say this is for the OT. Helps us out. Helps us out. Team out. So with that, folks, it's game over.